Hello, everyone, and welcome to our session where we're going to practice using our past tense. I'd like to welcome you all. It's time for us to start our lesson. So let's see who we have so far. We have Alejandro. Hello, Alejandro. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine.
Good. All right. So Alejandro, please introduce yourself. I think this is the first time that I have you in class.
Okay, my name is Alejandro. I'm from Spain. I live in Barcelona.
Ah, in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, good. So now, were you born and raised in Barcelona?
Um, Excuse me. I
Uh-huh. Were you born in Barcelona?
Yes, yes. I was born
Okay.
in Barcelona.
Ah, okay. Very good. All right. So tell me your favorite thing about Barcelona. What's your favorite thing?
Um, Barcelona, of course. Uh, my team,
Your team, did you say?
uh, sports,
Ah, uh-huh. Okay. Now, what sport? Do you mean soccer? Do you mean
soccer. Yes.
soccer. Okay, very good. Very good. So you're definitely a soccer fan. Hmm. Who's your favorite player?
Messi.
Yeah, I got to see Messi play in the World Cup. I'm not
The,
really I'm not really a soccer fan, but because it was the World Cup, I watched some of the matches, and I actually got to put a face to the name, Lionel Messi. So now I know who he is. Well, good. Now, Alejandro, do you play football?
no, I don't play football. Uh, I usually go to the gym every day, but I don't practice any sport.
No, you don't play any sports.
No.
Ah, okay. Okay. Well, at least you get some exercise in by going to the gym every day. And that was really good use of adverbs of frequency. Very good. We just did that class. All right. Very good, Alejandro. Well, thank you for being here with us today. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go ahead and welcome your classmates. Let's see. Beautiful. All right. Sorry, I just needed to open something. Okay, very good. So let's welcome. Oh, we have two Alejandros. Okay, so we have Alejandro from Barcelona, and let's have the other Alejandro. Hello, Alejandro. How are you today?
Hello, I'm well, teacher,
Good. And where are you from, Alejandro?
from Mexico.
Ah, okay. So we have Alejandro from Barcelona and Alejandro from Mexico. Good, good. So, Alejandro, do you have another name? Do you have a
Another
second
name?
name?
No, my second name is Islas.
Islas. Ah, okay, so Alejandro Islas. Okay, all right. I'm trying to think of a way to differentiate so that way you know who I'm talking to. Okay, so Alejandro Islas, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yes, I'm a student. Now I'm studying systems engineer. I hope to finish this year. Uh, I'm 25 and I don't know. I have a amazing family. I love it. I love
Okay.
them.
Well, that's good. It really does sound genuine. You definitely sound like you love your family. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Alejandro Islas. Okay, all right, and okay, let's have Martine. Hello, Martine. How are you today?
How Carissa, how are you? I'm very good, thanks.
I'm doing just fine today, thanks.
Wonderful.
So good. So, Martine, please introduce yourself.
Good. My name is Martin. I'm living in Italy. I'm 30 years old, and I'm very happy to be here with you in your class.
Thank you, and I'm happy that you joined us as well. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, Martin.
Thanks.
Okay, very good. Okay, guys. And guys, thank you so much for remembering to mute your microphone when you're not using it. Okay, that way if you just turn it off or mute it, then that way we don't hear the background noise. Okay? Very good. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and have Sum. Sum, welcome to class. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to see you.
Yes, it's nice to see you too. So Sum, please introduce yourself.
My name is Sum. I live in Hong Kong. I like swim and I study English for interest.
Okay, because you just like to learn. You like to learn English. Okay, very good. Thank you. Great to have you here. Now, I don't know very much about Hong Kong. Sum. So, Sum, tell me something that you love about Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is a part of China. It's a famous city in the world, the three important financial cities, Hong Kong, London, and New York. And they're a small place with 8 million people, so it's very crowded.
Okay. All right. Good. Yes. Wow. A lot of people. Okay. Very good. Thank you for your introduction, and thanks for sharing a little bit about Hong Kong with us. Okay. Let's move on to Paco. Hello, Paco. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you, Tisha. Nice to be with you in your class again.
Yes, it's definitely great to have you back here with us. Great to have you. Thanks. Okay, all right, and let's also say hello again to Raphael. Hello, Raphael. Okay, I think maybe Raphael.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
It was mute. I'm here. Hello again.
Hello again. You know, Raphael, you mentioned in the last class that you really have amazing. No, you said stunning beaches in Brazil. Tell us a little bit more about those beaches.
Yes, that's what I said that I most like about my country when it comes to nature, because I really love to go to the beach with friends, especially because it's sunny here in Brazil every month. It doesn't matter if it's winter, because there's no winter here. Winter doesn't exist in Rio de Janeiro. So if you want to go to a sunny place, come to Brazil, because it rarely rains. And beaches you can choose, because we have more than 100 beaches in Rio de Janeiro.
Wow. Now, are the beaches there, are they white sand beaches or are they black sand beaches?
I can say that the number of beaches with white sand is large, but not all the beaches has white sands.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for chatting with us a little bit about the beaches. It's always nice to ask people what they love about their country or their jobs, because it really gets them talking. So good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We have Hussein. Hello, Hussein. Welcome. How are you today?
Hello, Carissa. I'm doing very well, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing just fine. Great to have you back again.
Thank you.
Okay, good. And let's see, we want to just say hello once again to Christian. Hello, Christian.
Hello, I'm glad to be here again.
Yes, I'm happy that you're back again. All right, guys, well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and begin our lesson. In this lesson, we are going to work on our pronunciation of our ED endings. All right, and we're going to talk about things in the past tense. Okay? All right, very good. Actually, let's go to our pronunciation first, and then we're going to go to our uses of the regular past tense. All right, now there are different types of past tenses, but just for today's lesson, we're going to just talk about the simple past tense. This is your basic past tense. All right, so let's talk about pronunciation. Okay, we're going to read just a little bit. Okay, I always like to hear reading and pronunciation. So let's read, and then we're going to practice the pronunciation here. All right, I guess everyone can see my screen. Beautiful. All right. Okay, so let's see. Let's have Alejandro from Barcelona. Okay, so Alejandro, can you please read the first sentence for me that starts with in general?
In general, verbs with the ed ending are pronounced with a d sound.
Your pronunciation, Alejandro, was excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, now I'd like you to just notice here with these verbs. Okay, now the pronunciation is that you just say the verb, and then it's like you're saying a D at the end. That's it. Okay, so for example, with the first word, it's allowed. Okay, not allowed. No, say the verb, allow, and then D at the end, allowed. Okay, let's take the next word. Okay, let's have the other Alejandro. Can you repeat that word for me, the next word?
Allowed.
Okay, good. All right, and try the next word for me, Alejandro.
Cried.
Very good. Great pronunciation. Christian, what is the past tense of enjoy?
Enjoyed.
Very good. Hussein, the past tense of clean?
Cleaned.
Very good. Let's see. Martin, the past tense of imagine?
Imagined.
Very good. Paco, the past tense of love?
Loved.
Good. Great pronunciation. Rafael, the past tense of hug? Okay, I think your microphone's on mute, Rafael. Okay, let's come back. All right. Sum, what's the past tense of hug?
Hugged.
Right, hugged. Hugged. All right, now let's practice briefly. Okay, I'm sorry. Sum. Okay, Sum, can you give me a sentence using the word hugged? Sum, can you think of a sentence using hugged?
I don't know the meaning of hug.
Okay. All right, let's get some help from your classmates. Okay, can anyone tell me what the word hug means? What does that mean?
To hug someone is like you grasp someone, you hold him. For example, if some people hug their children, some people hug their loved ones.
All right. Yes. Okay. Good. So it's like an embrace.
Embrace.
That's right. But you gave a really good example. Very good. All right. Now, just in case you're still really not sure of what hug is, let me just give you an example. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys like. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second, please. I just wanted to grab a link for, all right, there we go. Okay. Okay, so Sum, here is a link for you.
Oh, yeah. For me.
Well, okay, I'm going to try that again. It didn't quite work, so let me try it once again.
I hug my wife when I won a lottery.
Okay, yeah, that's a great time to hug someone. Okay, I couldn't quite get the link there. All right, very good. That was a great example. All right, Paco, can you give me an example, a sentence with the word loved?
I love the way she. I love the way she moves.
Ah, okay. That's a good one. Okay, very good. Thanks, Paco. Martin, give me a sentence using the word imagined.
Imagine, maybe when I was young, I imagined to be a superhero.
Which superhero? Which
Oh,
one?
I don't know, maybe Superman.
Yeah, kids always imagine that they are superheroes.
Of
Good.
course.
That's a good one. All right. Christian. Christian, can you give me an example using the word cleaned?
Yes. I like to clean because I don't like dirty things.
Okay. All right. Now try to use it in the past tense. Cleaned.
Cleaned. Yesterday I cleaned my car.
Okay, so you cleaned your car. Good. All right. Okay, so let's have Alejandro from Barcelona. Can you give me a sentence using the word enjoyed? Enjoyed.
Enjoyed. I have enjoyed to play tennis.
Okay, and let's keep it simple with our simple past tense. So let's just say I enjoyed playing tennis. Okay, so we're going to work with our simple past tense today. Good. I enjoyed playing tennis. Okay, excellent. Good pronunciation there. Okay, and let's have Alejandro from Mexico. All right, can you give us an example of a sentence using cried?
I cried when my pet died.
Oh, me too.
Yes, it's very sad, teacher.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yes, I cried when my pets died too. I think 3 of my pets have died. It's amazing that I even still have pets.
It's very difficult because they are amazing.
They are. Well, in the past, let's see, in the past 4 years, two of my pets have died. I had a kitten, and my kitten died, and I had a duck. I had a pet duck. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thanks for sharing with us. Okay, all right. So basically, in a nutshell, when you think about the past tense, okay, you're going to just think about the word and then add a D to it. Now, that's if it's a regular verb. Now, there are some exceptions, of course. In English, there are exceptions. All right, now let's talk about some of those exceptions. Okay, and let's have, okay, Paco. Paco, can you read the next sentence for me?
The at ending added to verbs that end with T or D sound are pronounced as the syllable, ed or ed.
Beautiful job, Paco. Now, I want you to know that I highlighted when they end with a T or D sound. Okay, because they don't always end with a T or a D, but the sound is that way. And I'll give you an example in just a bit. Okay, so it would either be ed or id. So the first example is visited. Visited. So I can say, I visited my friends when I went to New York. Okay, so that's my example. All right, Raphael, can you give us an example using waited?
I waited for you for 3 hours yesterday.
Now, Raphael, if you said that to someone, would you be calm or would you be a bit frustrated?
Too frustrated because I'm really impatient when it comes to wait for anything.
Okay, so I'd like you to repeat your sentence, but say it with a tone of frustration.
Okay. Oh my God, I waited for you for 3 hours.
Exactly, because that's exactly how you would say that. It didn't sound like you would be that calm. Okay,
No.
he says, no, definitely not. All right, let's take the word shouted. Martin, give me a sentence using the word shouted.
Shouted. Yesterday I shouted to my pet.
Okay.
He's still alive, unfortunately.
Oh, poor thing. What kind of pet do you have?
I have a kitten, exactly like you.
Oh, so do you like your kitten?
Sometimes it's my girlfriend kitten. It's not really my pet. Anyway, it's a good one. It's very fluffy. It's a good one, but not like so much. Okay, I prefer the dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a very good adjective, by the way. Fluffy. Yes, pets tend to be fluffy.
Yeah, the only thing that is joined in my mind at the moment, talking about the cat.
What's the fluffy cat's name?
It's Bimba.
Say again?
Bimba. It's like
Bimba.
a bimbo. Bimbo in English is mean like a Barbie. It's something similar, but with the A in the end.
Well, bimbo actually has a different meaning, but yes.
It's the different meaning, bimbo.
Yes.
What do you mean? It's a bad word, or can you tell us?
Okay, well, I'll give you a homework assignment. Google it. Google it, and you'll see the meaning there.
No worries.
Okay, thanks, Martin. Okay, now, Martin, the only thing with your sentence, so I typed it in the chat box. So yesterday I shouted at my pet.
At, no to.
Right, not shout to, but you shout at people or things.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. All right, let's move on to Christian. Christian, can you give us a sentence using the word directed?
I don't know how to use direct as a verb.
Okay, now think of a movie director.
I know the adjectives, for example, the direct road, for example.
Okay, so a direct road. Okay, now think of a movie director. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
My favorite movie maker directed a film. Directed a movie this year.
Okay, good. Beautiful job. That was a great use of the verb directed. Okay, let's move on to vote. Okay, so Alejandro from Mexico. Islas, Alejandro Islas, can you give us a sentence using the word voted?
Yes. I voted for another candidate.
Excellent, excellent job. Okay, now let's take the word explode. Okay, now explode does not end with a D or a T, but it has a D sound. Okay, so let's see. Alejandro from, Okay, Alejandro from Barcelona, can you give us an example using the word explode in the past tense?
Okay. My television exploded yesterday.
Okay, that's right. Now, here is your pronunciation. I'm going to type that. So, my television exploded.
Exploded.
Yes, exploded yesterday. Oh, no. Did that really happen?
Sorry?
Did that really happen?
No, it's
It's just an example.
An example.
Okay. It's just okay. Good, good. Okay, I'm glad that your television did not explode. That would be terrible. Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay, guys. So that's it. Let's try one more sentence. Paco. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Sum. I didn't give you a chance. Sum, can you give me a sentence using the word ended?
The worker ended the job last night.
Okay, all right. So let's say it this way. The job ended last night. Okay, because if you say worker, then you would use a different verb. You would say finished or completed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the job ended last night. Okay, good, very good. So you would have ended. All right, guys. So far we've talked about two different pronunciations of the verb of the ed ending. Okay, we've talked about words that, in general, okay, in English, you're just gonna say a D at the end of the word. Allowed, cried, enjoyed. But if your word ends with a D or a T sound, then you're going to say ed or id at the end of the word. So visited, waited, voted. Okay? Now let's try one more exception, and that's going to be it. Okay? In a nutshell, this is it. Okay, so let's have Sum. Sum, can you read the sentence for me?
Oh, yes. The ed ending added to verbs that end with ch, f, k, p, s, sht, and th is prolonged like a t.
That's right. Very good. Okay, so let's take a few examples. Okay, so I could say, I talked to a friend last night. Okay, notice that I did not say talked. That's not right. So if you feel yourself saying that, let's change it and say talked. Talked. Okay? All right, so let me ask you a question. Okay, so Paco, who did you talk to this morning?
This morning, I talked to the waiter to serve me the breakfast.
Oh, and what did you eat for breakfast?
Oh, I had a coffee with churros. I don't know how to say in English. Churros.
Churro. I think those are like cinnamon breadsticks. Churros. Well, I think that's it. Okay, that sounds good. Paco, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Google it and go to Google Images and then put the link in the chat box for me. That way I'll know exactly what you mean. Okay. Now, while you're doing that, Rafael, who did you talk to last night?
I talked to my brother last night about
Good.
his how he's going in the university.
Okay. How is he doing in the university? Is he doing well?
Yes, he's gonna become an English teacher because he studies Portuguese and English.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. So is he teaching English classes right now?
No, because he's still a student. He can help students, but not working as a teacher because he needs to graduate first.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, thanks for sharing with us, Rafael. All right, and let's see, Christian. Okay, can you give me a sentence using the past tense of walk?
Yes. Yesterday I worked a lot. For the reason now I'm very tired.
Okay. All right, and where do you like to walk? When you do walk, Christian, where do you like to walk?
I like to go to walk to the mountain.
Ah, so you like to walk in the mountain.
Yes.
Ah, that sounds very nice, and it sounds very relaxing. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, and let's see. Let's have Martin. Okay. Let's use the word laugh in the past tense.
Laugh it.
No, not laugh it. Check the pronunciation again. Laugh.
Laughed.
Laughed.
Sorry, laughed. Yesterday I laughed watching a comic film.
Okay. What film did you see?
No, it's not true. It's just a fancy sentence.
Okay. Okay, good. Good sentence. Good sentence.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, let's use the word cough. Alejandro from Barcelona, tell us a sentence using cough in the past tense.
Coughed. I was coughed because I was smoked very much.
Okay. Okay, so you're using was to put your sentence in the past tense. Okay, I'm just going to type that here, and let's take a look at it. So you said, I was... Oops.
I was coughed.
Was because I was talked. I think you said a lot. Okay, now here's a rule of thumb, Alejandro. Now look at your sentence. When you can conjugate a verb, you don't usually use the verb to be to conjugate it. Okay, so for example, you need to just say here, I coughed. Okay, and that's a perfect sentence. I coughed, because you can conjugate cough. Okay, so I coughed because I talked a lot. All right, now that's a perfectly good past tense sentence. Okay, Alejandro, do you see what I mean? Do you get it? All right. Okay, good. Usually you would say, for example, let me give you another example. I was angry. Okay, because he talked
He talk.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I have my verb to be there, angry. That's not the verb to be, sorry. Was. Okay, so I was. Now my readers or my listeners know that I'm speaking in the past tense. I was, and then here comes my adjective, angry. Okay, so since angry isn't a verb, to talk about it in the past tense, I use my verb to be. So I was angry because, now talk, I can conjugate because it's a verb. He talked a lot. Okay, very good. Okay, okay, Alejandro Islas, can you give me an example using the past tense of kiss?
I kissed my girlfriend before to sleep.
Okay, good. So I'm going to type that here. In the chat box. So I kissed my girlfriend. Now let's make one adjustment at the end of your sentence. So let's say I kissed, and your pronunciation of kissed was excellent. So I kissed my girlfriend before bed.
Before bed? Okay.
Because that just it gives the idea before you went to bed.
Yes.
You could also say it this way: I kissed my girlfriend before I went to bed, or before she went to bed. Okay, because maybe you didn't go to bed. Maybe she went to bed, but you didn't.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Excellent, excellent job. All right, let's try just a couple more words, and then we're going to do a reading. Okay, so Sum, yes? Yes, Sum. Sum, can you give me a sentence using the past tense of the word check?
I checked my balance yesterday.
Okay, so I checked on my parents yesterday. All right, so
No, balance.
Oh, balance.
Balance, yeah.
That's different. Excuse me. So I checked my balance yesterday. I learned something just now, that parents and balance can sound alike. I never knew that. Okay, good. So I checked my balance yesterday. Excellent job. That was a great sentence. All right, now let's try one more. Let's try smack. Raphael, can you give me a sentence using smack in the past tense?
I smacked. Okay, I'm not sure about the meaning of the verb to smack, but I'll try. I smacked my mom yesterday. Is it okay? Sorry. Is it the sound of a kiss?
No.
You are terrible.
I was not here. Sorry, I was not here. I was talking to someone and I lost.
No, it's okay. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it. I didn't explain it. So smack has two meanings that I can tell you right off. Okay, smack is when you hit someone in the face.
Oh, I'll never do that to my mom.
No. So you said you didn't quite understand the meaning of smack, so I understand that. Okay, so smack is an open-handed hit in the face or to the face, or it could also mean when you're chewing food, and when people make loud noises when they chew food, sometimes people say you are smacking your food.
I don't do it.
Okay.
I think it's very annoying.
Oh, yes, that's a pet peeve of mine too. Okay, so now knowing the definitions of smack, can you give me a sentence in the past tense using smack?
Okay, I need to make up a sentence because I did not smack anyone, but let me think of an annoying person. I smacked the Brazilian president yesterday.
Okay, good. All right, so for our viewers, okay, Raphael just made up that sentence. He did not literally smack the president. I don't want anyone, I don't want you getting in trouble. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, so that's a great sentence. Using the word smacked, your pronunciation was very good. Okay, so those are the 3 pronunciations of the ED ending. Now let's see if we really understand. Okay, let's go up to the top and let's read, and then let's see if you really capture the correct pronunciation of the ED endings. Okay, let's go to Christian. Christian, can you please read the first sentence for me?
Yes. Athens hosted the 2004 Summer Olympics.
Oh, I'm sorry. The very first sentence that says the simple past tense. Start at the very top. The simple past tense is.
Okay. The simple past is one of the tenses that we use to talk about events, states or actions that have been completed at some point in the past.
Okay, now this is a rule of thumb. Okay, it's not really a rule of thumb, it's a rule. So when you talk about things that happened before or in the past and they're finished, they're no longer happening, then you can use the simple past tense. All right, now you said, I'm sorry, Christian, can you read that the first example for me again?
Yes, Athens hosted the 2004 Summer Olympics.
Beautiful. Your pronunciation of the ED ending was excellent there. Okay. Paco, can you read the next sentence for me?
Yes, more than 9 million combatants were killed in First World War.
Beautiful, Paco. Thank you. Okay, let's have Martin, the third sentence.
The MAI declare a state of emergency.
Right, excellent. Okay, I think we got it. Now, let's talk about the next sentence. And let's have Alejandro from Mexico, Isla, sorry. Can you read the next sentence for me?
The simple past tense is also preferred when we want to give a more precise details concerning an event.
All right, now let's see that in action. Okay, let's see. Let's have. All right, Paco. Paco, I'm going to go back to you. Okay, Paco, I'm going to ask you to read the example for me.
There was a serious accident on the freeway today. A large truck slammed into the back of a sport car. The car was crashed. The driver of the sport car was rushed to the hospital. Those doctors saved the
Save the driver's life.
I can see now. Doctors saved the driver's life.
Okay, good. Now, Paco, that was excellent. Okay, so I gave you a variety of words that have the ED ending, and you had to know the correct way to pronounce each one. So let me give you a round of applause. You did a wonderful job there. Okay. Good. Now, let's look at this example a little bit more. Okay, we talked about 2 reasons to use the past tense. Okay, one, you're going to talk about something that happened in the past and is finished now. Okay, so let's see. In this example, okay. In this example, Sum, in this example, what was the action that happened in the past? What happened, Sum?
There was an accident. The accident is a large truck slammed into the back of a sports car.
Okay, that's right. So there was a serious accident on the freeway. That's the event that happened. And that's why we just use the past tense. Okay, so in the first sentence, okay, so let's take a look at that first sentence. Let's identify what the past tense word is in that first sentence. Okay, so let's see. Christian, can you tell me what is the past tense in the first sentence? What's the past tense word there? Or phrase?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Yes. In the first sentence, what is the past tense word?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. Okay, so how do we know that this sentence is in the past tense? Okay, let's get some help from your classmates, okay? Raphael, can you help us? How do we know that this sentence is in the past tense, Raphael?
Because of the first two words in the sentence, there was, and in the present is there is or there are. In the past, there was and there were, and means it exists or something that happened.
That's right. Okay, now Raphael, is the serious accident still happening or did it end?
I think it ended.
Yep, it ended. Okay, right. So that's why you're just using the simple past tense. There was a serious accident on the freeway. So the accident happened and that was it. Okay, now the rest of the sentences add details. Okay, so if I stop right here and say there was a serious accident on the freeway, that's good enough. Okay, that's a perfectly good sentence. Okay, now I want to add details. Now these details are things that happened in the past. They're no longer happening. So that's why we're using the simple past tense. Okay? All right, now just for review, what are the past tense verbs in the following sentences, or the sentences that follow? Martin, okay, in the next sentence that starts off a large truck, what is the past tense verb in that sentence?
It's slammed.
That's right. Okay, so right, and it's very descriptive. It slammed into the back of the sports car. Now, usually when you use this word, it indicates that the person really could not stop or did not stop. They didn't put on their brakes. They were going at full speed, and wham, they slammed into the back of the sports car.
You can avoid the slam. Yeah.
You can't avoid it. No avoiding the slam. All right. Now, in the next sentence, all right, let me ask Paco. Paco, in the next sentence that starts with the car, what is the past tense verb or verb phrase there?
Crushed.
Right. Was crushed. Was crushed. There it is.
Was crushed.
Right. Now, that word crushed, that's pretty descriptive. So Paco, what do you understand when you hear the car was crushed? What do you understand?
That the car was that that this car they blame on the other car, on the other vehicle, in this case the large truck.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, well actually crushed gives you a different mental picture. Okay, do this. This is something that I encourage my students to do. Go to thesaurus.com. Okay, and I want you to, Paco, I want you to put in the word crushed and see what synonyms you get. All right, and when you get it, just type a couple of them into the chat box, okay? So do that for me, Paco. All right, so I'm going to ask your classmates, okay, can anybody tell me what mental picture do you get when you hear the sentence, the car was crushed?
A car totally destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Totally destroyed. Does anyone else get any other words that come to your mind?
Smashed.
Ooh, yep, smashed. Sometimes in English we say totaled. Okay, and for insurance purposes, sometimes in English they will say that the car was completely totaled, or completely totaled. All right, so whoever was in that car was probably in pretty bad shape. Okay, now in the next sentence that starts with the driver, okay, Alejandro from Barcelona, what is the past tense verb in that sentence?
Saved. Doctors saved.
Okay, so you're at the last sentence. Okay, so they saved the driver's life. Excellent. Okay, and then let's see, Alejandro Islas, in the sentence above it, the driver, what's the past tense verb there?
Is was? I have a question. That sentence is passive voice.
The car was rushed. Yeah, because you're actually telling the story. Okay, you're not in first person, but the car was rushed. No, you actually have to use your verb to be there, because you can't say that the driver of the car rushed to the hospital. Now that is a good sentence, but that's not what happened. Okay, if the driver of the car was in a serious accident, or since he was in a serious accident, a large truck slammed into the back of him and his car was crushed, the driver probably did not rush to the hospital on his own.
Okay.
Yeah, so that couldn't have happened. So what you're talking about, what actually happened to him? He was rushed to the hospital.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful. Great question as well. Okay, good. Okay, guys, so your reading was really good here, and you were able to isolate the key words. Okay, now just for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and finish just the last part of this lesson. Okay, now it also talks about a different way or time to use the past tense. Okay, and I'm going to have Rafael. Rafael, please read the explanation for us.
The simple past tense is also used to describe events that occurred over longer periods of time and actions which were repeated over an extended period but are now ended.
Yes, beautiful. Okay, so some of the key words. Okay, so instead of just talking about something that just happened one time and that's it, you can talk about something that happened over a period of time. Okay, or even over an extended period, but the key word at the bottom is that they are now ended. Okay, it's very important. With the past tense, the simple past tense, something has to come to an end. All right, now let's see it in action. Okay, let's see. Christian, can you read the first two sentences for me?
Yes, of course. In his teens, he performed for many famous musicians. The next one, our family lived in this house for over 25 years.
Okay, so Christian, with the second sentence, does the family still live in the same house?
They don't live anymore.
Right, they don't live there anymore, right? Because the action has to come to an end. Okay, very good. Let's take the next two sentences. You got it. That was excellent. Okay, and let's have Alejandro Islas. Can you read the last two sentences for me?
I worked for XYZ company for 50 years. The next one, sorry.
Yes, please.
I practiced my speech until I memorized it.
Very good. Okay, so Alejandro, in the sentence, I worked for XYZ company for 50 years. Does that person still work for XYZ company now?
No, I don't work there.
Right. Okay, so whoever is saying this sentence no longer works for XYZ company. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I think we got it. Now, are there any questions about the pronunciation of the ED ending or the use of the simple past tense? Are there any questions?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for our lesson, guys. Thank you very much for sticking with me throughout the duration of the class, for participating. And I could definitely say that I think you got it. Your pronunciation is excellent, and your reading also, and your reading comprehension. Guys, I tested you on a lot of different levels, and you passed. Very good. So now, when you speak English in the past tense, at least in the simple past tense, it should sound even a bit better than what it was earlier today. All right, so please know that you can take my future classes, and if you would like to take a one-on-one class with me, you can schedule that on the Verbling website. Thanks, guys, and have a great day or a great evening, depending on where you are. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you.
You're
Cheers.
welcome.